Hello, this is GG3, and after nearly 5 months, I'm back with another animated profile. This time, I'll be taking a look into the Lion King Kimba controversy that occurred with Walt Disney Studios' release of The Lion King in 1994. Before we get a look into the controversy, let me explain briefly just what these animated feature films are about. Starting with The Lion King. This feature film was claimed by Disney to be their first original work, focused on the adventures of Simba in Pride Rock. It received praise for its animation, music, and story, being the highest-grossing film of all time before Finding Nemo years later. The story was strongly influenced by the Shakespeare play Hamlet. Kimba the White Lion was a Japanese animated TV series that aired in both America and Japan from October 1965 to September 1966. The show was focused on a lion cub named Kimba, who learned lessons about human society as he tried to return to his homeland. It was the first Japanese animated series to be made in color, and was based on a comic series made in the early 1950s by artist Osamu Tezuka. Tezuka was famous by anime fans throughout the world for being influenced by the artwork found in Disney cartoons to create aspects of artwork and genre innovations that became the standards for anime and the Japanese comics known as manga. Because of his status, Tezuka is often considered the Disney of Japan, and earned the title of God of Manga. Now let's get going with the actual controversy. When fans in Japan first seen The Lion King in theaters, they spotted specific characters and scenes that bared resemblance to what was seen in Kimba the White Lion. With these similarities, Japanese and US fans wanted Disney to acknowledge the use of events and characters from Kimba. However, Disney claimed no one in the company had heard of Kimba up to The Lion King's theatrical release. This statement, however, proved to be controversial for a number of reasons. A number of production staff members referred to Kimba as the main character of The Lion King. This included the voice of adult Simba, Matthew Broderick, in an interview. And even former senior executive of Disney, Roy E. Disney, joined an online chat session. An early presentation reel later publicly released showed a white lion cub trying to catch a butterfly. In addition, Disney set up a Disneyland theme park in Tokyo, Japan, which had been open since 1983. But the most damning piece to this controversy were Tezuka and Disney's earlier connections. Tezuka obtained licensing rights from Walt Disney to create a manga adaptation of Bambi. The two met each other in person during the 1964 Awards Fair, where Disney wished to create something like one of Tezuka's popular characters, Astro Boy. Disney animators were even hired to train a crew of animators how to use color for animating Kimba the White Lion. In response to the controversy, Japanese media outlets launched a petition that over 1,100 manga artists and fans signed, calling for Tezuka Production to sue Disney for refusing to acknowledge using elements of Kimba for The Lion King. However, the studio announced that the late Osamu Tezuka would have been honored for his work to be used as a Disney film since he was a big Disney fan. As a result of this, the issue didn't make it to court. There are allegations that Tezuka Production was paid hush money by Disney over the connection, but the studio denies this. To this day, Tezuka Production remains silent on the issue, and Disney Studios continues to insist that the similarities between The Lion King and Kimba are coincidental. The most recent mention of the controversy in the press came from an article in a June 2007 edition of the Los Angeles Times. If you're interested in purchasing both works, The Lion King has been distributed to VHS format by Disney since 1995. The film was first released on DVD in October 2003 in a Platinum edition, and sold with its sequels in a set of 2-disc special edition formats in December 2004. Despite the movie being discontinued, new and used copies of the movie on DVD continue being sold. Despite the fact Disney recently showed clips of the movie in Blu-ray format during the Consumer Electronics Show, they have yet to announce plans for a Blu-ray release or DVD re-release of The Lion King. Kimba was redubbed in 1993 after its dub work from 1965. As far as I know, the series has had releases on VHS and DVD, despite issues over the legal rights of this series over a 20-year period starting from the 1970s. If you have Dish Network, the series is currently shown in syndication on the children's network KTV. This is all I have to cover on an animated profile for the Lion King Kimba controversy. If you have any suggestions for what I should do for a future animated profile, feel free to leave a comment at the bottom of this webpage for the video. Otherwise, this is GGN3 signing off on Animated Profile.